head coaches, man. I don't hate to say it, but I hate to say it because, like, it makes me sad, bro. We're definitely going to lose one of these guys.
These young, offensive-minded play callers, man, they're going hot. Everybody wants that next Sean McVay. Like hotcakes in the NFL. Those boys go fast.
I think we're just more prepared to replace Aaron Glenn.
He's out there throwing rocks at quarterback.
Yeah, that ass, and I was scared to start an offseason, too, because you had Aaron Glenn interviewing for head coach jobs, you had Aubrey Pleasant interviewing for DC jobs, and I was like, yo, we're going to lose both.
Yeah, it is scary. You had these guys interviewing around. Like, somebody's going to scoop his ass up.
We're all pretty hyped about the Detroit Lions team. I think the offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson's gotten a lot of hype. Speaking of, like, unproven guys, Ben Johnson, a lot of people holding faith in him. And he has a hell of a, like he said, Hard Knocks himself. We got a hell of a weapons to prove it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's going out there with a loaded gun. He damn well should be hyped up. But AG also proved a lot that he did with a stick last year, you know what I'm saying, for his weapon. So, like,
he's out there throwing rocks at quarterback.
Yeah, that ass. So. But I'm hyped for both coordinators, and they're both promising head coaches, man. I don't hate to say it, but I hate to say it because, like, it makes me sad, bro. We're definitely going to lose one of these guys if we continue the trajectory we're projected to be on. But which one are you more concerned about losing, Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn.
Anthony Lingen.
Hop on the YouTube chat bowl.
Who am I more nervous to lose, Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn? I'm going to go Ben Johnson. Although I love Aaron Glenn, I think he is a great defensive coordinator. I like Aubrey Pleasant as well. And I think Aubrey Pleasant could step up and fill that role very well if Aaron Glenn were to go somewhere else and to be a head coach in this league. But Ben Johnson, this is the first guy that I have this kind of confidence in calling plays for the Lions in a long time. This is no Jim Bob Cooter. This is no Aaron Glenn.
Joe Lombardi.
Anthony Lynn. This is no Joe Lombardi. Yeah, this is a guy who is respected. They say he's a genius. They say you heard it on the Hard Knocks. Like, that guy's a genius. Like, they kept saying that. Like, this guy made this offense, built this offense, instilled his game plan. And obviously we still need to see it for a whole year, but I expect him to come out there and be going crazy with the play calls. I expect some great things to happen, and young offensive minds like Ben Johnson, like hotcakes in the NFL. Those boys go fast. Somebody's going to scoop his ass up. And as much as I like Deuce Staley as the motivator and kind of guy he is, I don't know if he's the same kind of analytical, offensive mind that you want as your offensive coordinator behind a guy like Dan Campbell. Because, Dan Campbell's the rah-rah, double shot, kneecap guy. You already got that. You don't need that as your offensive coordinator, too. Having a guy like Ben Johnson be your analytical play caller, being your guy that you're going to put in there, and he's going to make sure things run like a well-oiled machine, that's important. So I'm scared the team is going to poach Ben Johnson because I don't see a replacement for him right away on our coaching staff. Obviously, that is not my job. That is Brad Holmes' job and Dan Campbell's job to identify that kind of guy, because they identified Ben Johnson as that when he was the tight ends coach. Like, well, white boy is pretty smart. Maybe we should put him in a bigger role.
Yeah.
But with Aaron Glenn, again, as much as I love him, as much as I think he's a great defensive coordinator, I'm more comfortable having Aubrey Pleasant step up to fill that role than I am having someone else step up to fill Ben Johnson's role when he is gone.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. And I'm not trying to – I don't want it to sound like I'm valuing Ben Johnson over AG or putting him over AG in terms of, like, being a better coordinator. But I just feel like we're more prepared to replace the role of AG and Aubrey Pleasant. I have lots of faith in Aubrey Pleasant. Aubrey Pleasant's a guy who's actually already interviewed for defensive coordinator jobs. Back when the Minnesota Vikings, there was rumored that he was supposed to go there. I forget who the writer was off the top of my head, and I apologize. But that's a guy that's already interviewed for defensive coordinator jobs. If we lose AG, we do have a guy in place somewhat, and Aubrey Pleasant to step in and take that role. We've seen him the same way that Amon-Ra St. Brown was crediting Ben Johnson for the revival of the offense last year. We've heard guys like Jalen Ramsey, who, oh, by the way, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL today, give praise to Aubrey Pleasant for advancing his game in the NFL. So 100%, I think we're just more prepared to replace Aaron Glenn And I was scared shitless during the offseason, too, because you had Aaron Glenn interviewing for head coaching jobs. You had Aubrey Pleasant interviewing for DC jobs. And I was like, we're going to lose both.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
Yeah, it is scary. You had these guys interviewing around. I got these dollar store ass buffs on. I found sitting there. But, it is. I got to take this shit so my head's way too big to be wearing these dollar store frames. But it's awesome. It's awesome when you see that. You're happy to see that because that means your guys are hot commodities. Your guys are wanted around the league. That means they're respected in their positions. But it's also scary because it's like we finally got a coaching staff that we like. We finally got a coaching staff that's like, yeah, Ben Johnson, this dude's legit. This dude is calling plays. They're calling him a genius. Yeah, Aaron Glenn, this dude's legit. He's coaching them up. Look what he did with a poor team last year. He went out there and put them on. So it is scary because it's like if we lose one or both of those guys, where are we going to be in a year or two?
Yeah.
So because Dan Campbell, as much as I like him, he's even said it. He's not the most analytical guy, so he needs somebody in there to help him out. He surrounds himself with people that can help him out and solve his deficiencies. So I like where Ben Johnson is. I feel more comfortable, like I said, moving up Aubrey Pleasant than I would moving up Deuce Staley.
100%. And, again, Ben Johnson's got a lot to prove yet still, and I'm hoping he does. JB, I know you're a Detroit Lions fan. Where you at?
Oh, man. I would really hate to lose either one of these guys, if I'm being honest. But it depends on what product they put out there on the field this season. I got to go with AG on this. I got to go with Aaron Glenn on this one. The way he coaches the team up, it's top-notch. And I would love to see that in a head coach position at somewhere else, too. Not to mention he would be another African-American head coach that we have in the league. So, hats off to AG.
Big facts. And honestly, I think pound for pound, AG is better than Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
I think just in Hard Knocks, we're talking about, AG's not talking to me today. The next clip was, that defense giving it to the offense.
For sure. Aaron Glenn, yeah. I think Aaron Glenn is more in a more position to move up to that level. He's more of the boisterous guy. He's more of the, we saw him getting down with everybody else, talking to Hutch. You saw more of the connection with him. Obviously, we don't know that about Ben Johnson because we didn't see shit from Ben Johnson in Hard Knocks. But Aaron Glenn seems more of the head coaching type. He seems to fit the mold more. But like I said, man, these young, offensive-minded play callers, man, they're going hot. Everybody wants that next Sean McVay. Everybody wants that next Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that next Matt LaFleur. So they are taking shots on these guys who might not have the experience, might not have that mold yet, just because they could put their name out. Like, hey, I got Sean fucking McVay back there. It's things like that. So that's kind of taking the league by storm. I do think Aaron Glenn is more suited. He is more ready to fill that role of head coach. And I do expect him, if the Lions defense does anything, to be a head coach next year.
Yeah. And, too, obviously Dan Campbell showed he's got the defensive coordinator hire right off the rip. The offensive coordinator, not so much. You know what I'm saying? He hired his boy Anthony Lynn, and that didn't turn out to be a good hiring in terms of offensive coordinator. He took over the play duties, and now obviously Ben Johnson fits that role too. But just shows you might be nervous for who he's picking as candidates.
Facts.
Unless Ben Johnson's there too, but we'll see, man. What's the chat got going on, man? YouTube chat poll: 62% Ben Johnson, and I think a lot of it just dropped to 59. But I think a lot of it's for the very same reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say AG's replaceable, but we're more prepared to find somebody to fill that role. Out of everything you've assessed, though, Sus, do you have an opinion on this one?
Honestly, I really don't. It sounds like from your arguments, what you're saying makes sense that one may be better than the other, but it depends on the market who's more replaceable. That would be kind of my philosophy as a GM. Is I'd want to have the best coach on my team, but if there's a lot of good coaches on one side of the ball and very few on the other, then you got to kind of value the other a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm with you. Damn, I was hoping someone disagree because I want to be convinced that's Aaron Glenn is the one, but I think it is just Ben Johnson.
I like him more from Hard Knocks. I like Aaron Glenn more. Sure. Aaron Glenn's my guy, but
yeah, Ben didn't even get any play until this last episode.
Yeah, and like I said, our defensive coaching staff, it's again that's the biggest thing with me is that I see it in Aubrey Pleasant. I see Aubrey Pleasant being able to fill that role of defensive coordinator. I don't really see anybody on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, he is just as, offensively minded, just has that same kind of analytical offensive mind as Ben Johnson. You know, maybe it is Deuce Staley. Maybe that would be our next move, but we'll have to see from there.
Yeah, with Ben, man, it's creative, bro. I can't wait to watch this offense. Just a little bit that we saw in preseason and some of the stuff I've seen in practice. It's like, it reminds me a lot of Kyle Shanahan, where you see like he'll give you the same formation, but the play is just completely fucking different.
Yeah.
It's like some wild shit. Like, obviously, you saw Amon-Ra St. Brown in the backfield. I relate that to Debo being in the backfield in that San Francisco offense. So, like, I see a lot of those traits in them, and I love watching Kyle Shanahan's offense. I know, even when it's run heavy this year, I think a lot of people are saying, like, San Francisco's going to be boring, but, like, now with Kyle Shanahan in charge,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of chaotic, like...
Offense is fun. That offense is fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure. I'm with you guys, man. Ben Johnson, the guy, I can't even think of any candidates I would be, like, confident to replace him.
Yeah.
Even on the open market. I think the one guy I thought of, like, this past offseason was and I may get bashed for this. I mean, I don't care, but the Bears' former head coach, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, JB? Yeah, Matt Nagy. Just because when he was with the Chiefs, they were doing well. And then when he first got there, let's be real about Mitch Trubisky. Dude's not great.
Yeah.
But he brought him a Pro Bowl, got him a playoff win, you know what I'm saying? Like, with Mitch Trubisky, bro.
Yeah.
So I think if his sole role was just offense, I feel like he'd be able to generate some stuff. But that's, again, if we lose Ben Johnson, I think Ben Johnson, man, it'd be a couple years before he goes.
For sure.
I know people hyping up saying he's going to be a head coach. Let's not forget, this guy's only 35, 36 years old.
Yeah.
Like, we have seen younger hires made in the NFL as of late, but it's not common.
There's still, he still needs some time. He still hasn't even been that offensive coordinator for a full season yet.
Exactly.
So he still needs that to happen. But Aaron Glenn, on the other hand, like, Aaron Glenn's been in the game. Aaron Glenn, they know, Aaron Glenn. He's a former player. He's on that great coaching staff for the Saints for a while. So I think he's right for the picking. And people saw what he did last year with what he was working with. Like you said, he was working with twigs and throwing rocks at people. And he made that defense at least competitive for multiple games.